This is the growth in between, the space between where we've been and who we're becoming. Today's episode is especially meaningful to me because I'm joined by two people who have shaped my life in ways they may not fully understand yet. My daughters. They are 11 and almost 13, and although they are close in age, they could not be more different. They have their own personalities, interests, strengths, opinions, and ways of experiencing the world. As their mother, I spent a lot of times teaching, guiding, correcting, protecting, and preparing them. But we parents can become so focused on helping our children grow that we forget to stop and ask what growing up actually feels like to them. So today, I'm not here to give a lesson. Today, I'm listening. We're going to talk about the season they're in, what it's like being my daughters, what they wish I understood, and what I'm learning as their mother. Because people often assume only children are growing up, but mothers are growing too. Welcome to Growing Up Together. Girls, please introduce yourselves to our neighbors, tell them your names, and say hello.
My name is Zion.
My name is Nariah.
Before we get into deeper questions, I want our neighbors to meet each of you. Tell us who you are, but don't just give us your age or grade. Tell us what makes you you. So starting with Zion, I want you to answer this first question. How would you describe yourself to someone who has never met you?
I feel like that how I would describe myself is that I'm very welcoming as a person, and I'm also very loving.
Nariah, same
I
question.
think I'm more like to myself, and I feel like when you really start to hang out with me and get around me, I'm more open and more like, not reserved.
Okay, thank you, girls. All right, next question. What makes you laugh every time?
Um, for me personally, it's always watching Abbott Elementary. I just feel like that movie, that show is actually so funny. Mr. Johnson is my favorite person out of the whole show.
Thank you for sharing that, Zion. All right, Nariah, same question. What
Um,
makes you laugh every time?
Probably like when I'm around like friends and family and stuff, like they catch on to my jokes or add on to it or something like that.
And whether people know it or not, Nariah may seem very quiet, but the girl is hilarious and very funny and will make you laugh to where you're holding your stomach. So don't underestimate her character or personality. Okay, now to the third question. Thank you, ladies. What are you really interested in right now, Zion? What are you interested in right now?
Right now, I'm most interested on community helping. I've never done it before, but I've worked with people who has done it, and I'm also trying to save like with my money right now. But I've worked at many different places that I had to work with people who's doing community helping, and I'm also interested in flag football.
Okay, thank you. Nariah?
I'm currently interested in writing, and I feel like poetry has like a deep meaning to me because it's like honestly like a way to express yourself, like when you can't like, I don't know, verbally, even though you're still writing, but like it's still like it's like just a form of expression and language.
Perfect. Thank you, guys. Okay, Zion, starting back with you again. What is something you are naturally good at?
Something I'm definitely naturally good at is cooking. I'm really good at cooking. I cook every Sunday for dinner. Today I've actually made BLTs.
And they were delicious. Last Sunday, she made us some ribs, and whew, them things were smacking. I was like, oh my gosh, they were so good for somebody that's only 11 years old and never cooked ribs. She did really well. They came right off the bone. It was so good. They're laughing at me because they always say I'm cringy, but whatever. Us moms still have to be cool even when the kids think we're cringy. FYI, for those that don't know what cringy means, this generation has changed another word to mean like as kind of like, you guys go ahead. One of y'all tell me what cringy means.
Something that's like unfunny or out of style, like it's not really like catching up to our humor.
Exactly. So, for those that didn't know, that's the definition of cringy. What is something you are naturally good at?
Um, I mean, I do a couple things. I don't know about naturally like amazing, but I say I'm pretty good. I feel like just catching on to anything quickly, like, and I started to try to play the piano and stuff. It was not too easy, but it was not too hard. It was easy for me to catch on, but processes are long and stuff, and I'm able to just catch on to things. I'll say one of the things that I'm able to naturally like get good at and stuff is probably like the piano.
Okay, perfect. And I also want to add too, she's naturally good at drawing. The girl is very skillful. She can draw anime, she can draw people, characters. She's just naturally good at it. Like she can look at something and literally just draw it without any kind of like struggle or challenge. Like the girl is really good. I love seeing her growth in her drawing. So we're going to move on to the next question, starting with Naraya. What is something that people sometimes misunderstand about you?
Um, Probably misinterpreting like my like I don't know my anger as something like being petty or something like that or selfish likewise or anything like that.
Okay, thank you. Now, Zion, what is something people sometimes misunderstand about you? She's being shy, but I told them I would love for them to be honest during this time. It's okay. Next question. What is one thing you love about your personality, Zion?
Something that I really love with my personality is that whoever I can talk to, I know how to match their energy. Even sometimes I am a little off or don't read the room right, but but like even if you're like very shy, I can like get you to be almost like upbeat, or just I'll just be like almost like shy with you. But if you're also very energetic, I can also match that energy sometimes. But yes.
Okay, thank you. All right, Naraya. What is one thing you love about your personality?
Um, when it comes to people coming to me for their problems, I mean, it's kind of easier for me to like help them out and guide them, and I feel like that's something I'm more like easier to do. Not like a comforter, but like kind of more like reassurance.
Okay, thank you. In what ways, Zion, do you think you and your sister are different?
Personalities.
Personalities are different? Okay. And then what is some ways you think you and your sister are different, Naraya?
Definitely our interest. We're very like no, we have like very like similar things like our I guess our humor I guess.
That's very true. And personalities are very different too as well. But that's what makes you guys you. All right, next question. What is one thing you appreciate about your sister, Zion?
When I'm alone at church, like just say for instance doing work or something like that, she'll like come over there and come hang out with me a little bit. Or when I'm just in my room chilling, she'll like sometimes come into my room and just come like ask to play Roblox or something. She's really good at that and I need to work on that actually. But I really love that about her.
Thank you. Okay, Naraya, what is one thing you appreciate about your sister? About Zion?
What I appreciate is whenever I'm in a down mood, she knows how to like even though sometimes I really don't want to talk, she still finds a way to put a smile on my face and she does that constantly with a lot of people. And sometimes even though she's a little much, I still thankful for how much she cares about me.
Thank you. Zion, who is more likely to make everyone laugh and who is more likely to keep everyone organized?
As in like sibling?
Yes.
Oh, definitely me.
Definitely you for what? Being making everyone laugh or being organized?
Both.
Both. Okay.
I would definitely say I'm most organized child out of both of the two. And same thing.
Out of all three of you guys. Okay.
Yeah, and definitely out of the one that can make everybody laugh, I definitely got the jokes. Just saying.
And before Naraya answers, by the way, we also have our oldest, Joshua, who is 18. He lives in Texas, but he will be in an interview with me later down the road, not too far later, but he definitely will be doing an interview with me virtually. So that'll be exciting. And I'm just so excited and thrilled to kind of get into that because we're going to talk about transitions in life after high school. But yeah, technically this question in particular is in regards to all three of them. So Naraya, who is more likely to make everyone laugh and who is more likely to keep everyone organized?
So I feel like the one that's most likely to make everyone laugh is most likely, I guess, Zion. Like even though sometimes her jokes are a little corny, she still can make someone smile. And then someone who's most organized,
or keeps everyone organized. That's what the
keeps
question
everyone
is, right?
organized. Mm-hmm. I don't really, personally, I don't think it's Zion or Josh. I think it's me. I don't mean physically likewise of, I don't mean physically likewise of how organized my area is. But what I mean is when it comes to keeping us together, like organized and like I guess just together, like.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Zion wants to change her answer. Go ahead, Zion.
I would say, actually, I guess I'm not that organized with people, like as in us three. But I would say either I'm kind of more leaning towards Naraya on the organization, but a little bit of Josh too.
Okay, thank you. Okay, both of you are entering important stages of growing up. One of you is 11 and one of you is almost 13. You're still children, but you're also becoming more independent, forming stronger opinions, and discovering who you are. I want to know what that feels like from your perspective. So with this first question, Zion, what is the best part of being your age?
This generation is a little different, so it's a little harder to say, but I would say that it's less drama than probably like any other age of mine. Well, not of mine, but like of in this generation. And I feel like when being in school is probably easier.
So that's like the best part of your age during this time. School's easier.
Yeah,
less drama. Okay. Naraya, same question. What is the best part of being your age?
That's a hard question. I feel like honestly, at my point, because I am in 8th grade, I feel like the position I am, I don't have to deal with any older kids trying to do anything because basically I'm like the top dog right now. So I don't have to worry about any other 8th graders. It never gave me a problem, but like what I'm saying is like I don't have to worry about like the pressure of it or anything. So I feel like it's the best thing with my age group in general and stuff like that. But yeah.
Okay. Next question. What is the hardest part of being your age, Zion?
The hardest part of my age is also the drama because we're in middle school. We just got done like basically with being little kids and we're kind of starting to grow up. So everybody's trying to figure out like what to do with their life almost, like if that makes sense.
Who they are pretty much,
like,
right?
Yeah.
Naraya, same question. What is the hardest part of being your age?
That anytime we try to like voice our opinions, it's kind of looked down on, and we can't even vote or nothing. So like, a lot of the stuff that happens and stuff like that, kind of just has an impact. Like like I just feel like sometimes, no offense to the adults and stuff, but like this decisions y'all be making and stuff that's going on currently in the world. I mean, honestly, we don't have any speeding of reach at all because of all the stuff going
on. Okay, didn't think about it like that. Thank you for sharing that. Zion, do you feel like adults expect too much from kids your age?
I would say yes.
Yeah, just flat out yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why do you feel that? Why do you feel that way?
I would say that it's like not just my age. I feel like it's every age of kids, like teenagers and everything, like probably especially teenagers. But I would say definitely like with school, probably with like keeping like organized all the time. I see like every now and once and then like maybe like cleaning, like Cleaning's a little bit more reasonable, but I would, yeah, that's what I would say is like mostly cleaning in school.
Okay. Naraya, do you feel like adults expect too much from kids your age, and why?
Um, yes, because they expect us to turn out not how their parents raised them, and kind of like I feel like with most parents they don't want to be like how their parents are, and that's how like some people kind of look at life, and then they kind of actually do end up putting that on their child. So then they're like, "Wow, why is my child acting like this?" And then we'll have like I don't know, the child be acting a certain way, but the expectations, I guess, and I say like, especially with like learning, a lot of kids struggle with. I mean, not personally me, but like a lot of kids struggle in school, and I feel like a lot of parents are like, "Well, you're immediately dumb because you don't know how to do these things," instead of actually helping through the struggle, instead of like just straight up just I don't know, uh, being a dictator.
Okay.
I would like to add something to my
Okay.
response.
Go ahead.
I would say totally agree with Naraya is saying that when I feel like parents, they also like they promised they didn't do it when they were little, but they did. And like even though for example, when I asked my grandma about how good my mom like cleaned when she was little, my grandma said she would have to mostly pick up after all of the siblings. But she said I guess that you did a little bit better than your siblings. But
And I did say that I did. I did better than them. I didn't say that I was the best. I said that I did better than them, and I was actually pretty clean. She probably don't remember. Think about it. Grammy's a little older than what she, was back in the day. No, but
nah, no excuses now.
okay, I had days where I didn't do the best, but I was clean. But yeah, I could have did better at a lot of times. So I will take
And
accountability in that.
When parents say that they're not going to do this to their child because their parents did it to them and they still ended up doing it, or that you don't like when your parents do it and then you still do it.
Yes, and we make mistakes.
You do.
And we learn from our mistakes, right?
I will give you a free pass.
Okay, thanks. Now, next question. Do you ever feel like adults still treat you younger than you feel?
I would say yes. Like, especially teachers. Like, teachers really need to work on that. Like, I get that even if you worked on a younger grade, then and then you come back the next year and work on a like maybe like way higher grade than you already did. I guess I'll give you like a little bit slide, like, but it's like you gotta pick or choose. Like some parents, like they'll be like, "Oh, stop acting younger than your age. You need to act more responsible." But then on the other hand, they'll be like, "You need to stop acting like an adult. You're not grown." Like you need to stop acting more. You need to start acting more like your age and stop trying to be all grown and stuff. Like you have to let us pick or choose.
Naraya, same question for you. Do you ever feel like adults still treat you younger?
Yes and no, because kind of like going back based off of what she said, it's kind of like if you're not mature enough for your age, you're immediately seen as childish and immature. But if you are able to carry yourself properly and you generally are mannerable, people will assume you're more grown than you actually are because of how matured you are. Because kind of with my age group, people think a lot of people online will be like, wow, they're not Gen Z or nothing, and they're Gen Alpha, and they're like the first Gen Alpha, and they're 2013 and stuff like that. It's so much younger than 2012, even though it's a year off. I feel like it kind of forces us to think like, okay, we need to grow up and be like everybody else does, and kind of fit into this social type of thing to kind of fit in, and then adults pick up on that, and they're like, now you guys are moving too grown, and then when someone tries to actually act their age, like interest that a child would usually like, it's kind of talked down about like, okay, your kid's kind of immature and is not acting the way they should be, and saying other things to belittle kids when that should not be happening at all.
Appreciate that. Thank you guys. Next question. What is something you wish adults remembered about being your age? This kind of goes into one of the answers that Zion and Naraya mentioned earlier. So, Zion, starting with you, what is something you wish adults remembered about being your age?
I would say I'm only gonna say two things. I would say it's like repeating off your parents and feelings.
And
Flat
about
out.
feelings? Okay. Naraya, what is something you wish adults remembered about being your age?
Probably just how we didn't really have the like. I guess really just freedom of speech, emotionally and like physically. Whenever an opinion is trying to be shared, it's kind of looked down upon because we're younger, and people would wish like people would kind of look into what they're really trying to say.
Okay. Next question. What are you excited about as you get older?
This was easy.
Okay.
I'm excited about driving. You know, y'all be eating at McDonald's and I'll be eating at Chipotle. Y'all finna be, I don't know, y'all finna be at home chilling. I'm finna be out with my friends. Y'all, well, not too much like party, but y'all finna be out at home. I'm finna be getting Dutch Bros in my car, just vibing, you know? And then I would also say getting like my own house or apartment.
Okay. Naraya, same question. What are you excited about as you get older?
Probably being able to vote, even though it sounds lame, but a lot of people don't realize when you don't vote, it kind of has an impact on how like things are ruled and how things are, held and stuff like that when people just don't care about certain things that's going on.
Good answers. Thank you. Is there anything about growing up that makes you nervous?
Growing up. Paying bills, growing up in this generation now, I would say it's kind of scary. I'm not gonna lie, but I just hope there ends up being more good people in the world by the time that I get as old as 18.
Okay. Naraya, is there anything about growing up that makes you nervous?
Um, Probably just, I mean, growing up in general, I guess, like she said, because I just feel like once you get older, I feel like people not stop caring about you, but I just feel like everybody's going on with their lives, and then everybody's just too busy and swept up in their own little cycle of life that they're like nobody's busy or worried enough to like check on you anymore or even talk because they're all busy.
I would probably say if I could freeze one part of my childhood, probably be when I was like hanging out with my friends or my cousins or family. When I was just having a good time and we had a really good laugh. Or probably be like TK in kindergarten, easiest grade I can do. Oh man. Okay.
All right, Naraya. If you could freeze one part of childhood and keep it forever, what would it be?
Um, it would probably have to be honestly during like 2017, 2018, because I felt like that was when I had no problems at all. Everything was like chill, low key. All I was worried about was playing with toys and taking naps.
Toys and taking naps, right. Zion, what is something you are ready to leave behind?
Um, that's a little hard. I'm a person that's like not like really ready to move on with anything. Like I don't like changing a lot of things of my life, but at the same time, I really need to and I really want to. Um, because even when I was younger, I didn't like change the wallpaper on my phone because I didn't want to. I just had it for such a long time. I didn't want to change it. But something I'm ready to leave behind. Oh, ooh, yeah, I got a good one. Something I'm ready to leave behind is all the TikToks I made in 2020. I am so ready to leave behind those TikToks. They were so cringy. Oh my gosh, I'm making TikTok dances and stuff. Oh my gosh.
Okay, Naraya, what is something you are ready to leave behind?
Um, Probably honestly, I just like leave behind everything toxic.
All right, next question. What is something you are not ready to let go of yet?
Something I'm not ready to let go of: my friends, family, church.
Okay. Naraya, same question. What is something you are not ready to let go of yet?
Probably not like a lot of friendships.
Not a lot of friendships? Okay. All right. Let's talk about growth. What do you think you're learning about yourself?
I would say what I'm learning about myself would be, I guess, just figuring everything out with not who I am, but maybe like emotionally wise. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay. Naraya, what do you think you're learning about yourself in this season?
Probably just patience, like taking time to like appreciate things and taking time not to react to certain things.
Okay, thank you. Now we're going to talk about what it's like being my daughters, and I'm going to do my best to listen without interrupting, explaining, or defending myself. Please pray for me, neighbors. Pray for me. Pray for me because I don't know how these answers are going to turn out from them. That we haven't planned them, talked about them. I just shared the questions with them and had them kind of review them before we started our session today. But I'm going to go ahead and start asking them. But like I said, pray for me, neighbors. Pray for me. Zion, what is something I do that makes you feel loved?
I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty simple. It just, whenever like I see you smile, you're like laughing during a conversation, or you're just like, like you're happy.
Naraya, what is something I do that makes you feel loved?
Um, I guess just checking up on me. I guess just seeing how I'm doing.
Okay. When do you feel closest to me? Naraya, go ahead. She wants to let you answer first.
I feel like just when you like just any conversation. I guess really like when I really feel like the emotion is really there.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with the same thing because now I kind of figured out like what you meant by that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Since when emotions are tapped in and you're feeling like I'm in tune and I'm present and I'm hearing you out and letting you just be you, right?
Yes.
Okay. What is your favorite memory with me?
I would say when you guys had the video of me when I was sitting on your lap and I kept slapping your face and acting like I was gonna give you a high five, but I was like, psych.
Super cute. She was a baby too at this time, and she had the heaviest hand. She was sitting on my lap and saying, high five, high five. And I was like, oh, okay, put my hand up, get ready to do the high five. And she go, whack. And I'm like, oh my God. I didn't expect it, but it was fun and funny. It wasn't disrespectful. It wasn't like she was trying to cause harm or anything. It was just her playful way of like loving on me. So from time to time we'll pull up the video and we'll watch it. But that is one of my favorites. I might have to post it on a story or something, but it's hilarious. Okay, Naraya, what is your favorite memory with me?
Probably when we went to I don't know if it was Disneyland or Disney World. They're the same thing pretty much, but when we went on this roller coaster and we took like this silly picture. I don't know, I just felt like really like warm.
Love that. How do you know when I'm proud of you?
When you're very excited, like very, I mean like, oh my gosh, Zion, you done great, oh my gosh.
I feel like when honestly, you guys express when you are proud of me. So honestly, even sometimes I feel like you guys are like, oh, she's struggling a little bit. I feel like I know like really when you are like I don't know, just you can just tell like from the vibe like okay, she's doing better and stuff like that.
Okay. What is something I do that embarrasses you, Zion?
Whenever you're like either showing my like baby pictures or talk about oh, I know, when you tell my business, when you be like, no shade, but like when you like say, I don't really do anything bad at school, but when I do something bad or something, that's definitely embarrassing. Or just mostly like about baby like photos and stuff like that.
Same thing about the business thing. Tell parents, I don't know why. Parents collectively, I feel like a lot of kids' parents love telling, it's either it has to be stories or getting in trouble. Y'all love saying that.
What is something I say all the time?
Clean up. No, I'm joking. But that's a little hard. You say a lot of things all the time. like a lot of quotes, I guess I would say. Something that everybody in this house says a lot is I love you. I would say. Even like I love you too.
Okay. Naraya, what is something I say all the time?
I feel like whenever you're laughing and we make a joke, you're like, you're stupid. I was like, oh, okay.
What is something you think I'm really good at as a mom?
I would say something that you're really good at as a mom is expressing your feelings when you're like when you're like very happy or something, you would be like excited, be hyped up. Like when you're a little bit hurt by something we say, you'll tell us, I don't really, can you try not to say that? It hurts my feelings just a little bit. But it's something else you're really good at as a mom is cooking, I would say, whenever you do cook.
Naraya, what is something you think I'm really good at as a mom?
Keeping it together. Because I know sometimes there's like times when you want to come home and just yell at somebody, but you gotta be like, I'm at home, I'm with my kids, and even though these people are pissing me off, I'm just gonna keep it together. And I feel like you do that very well, even though you don't have to. But
I want to add on, I would like to say the same thing as well. I will, like, even when you're like tired from work, you'll have a conversation, or you'll at least try. Like, even if you'll fall asleep, you'll say sorry the next day and ask us how was our day. You'll, even when as soon as you come in, some days you'll be like, oh, how's your day?
What is something I can work on as a mom?
Something that you can work on as a mom? I don't know. It's kind of hard.
Naraya, what is something I could work on as a mom?
communication is all.
Communication in what ways?
Because sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, just all honesty, it's not very difficult to talk to, because I know a lot of people that are very difficult to talk to, but it's just when I want to express myself, it feels like I can't, and then you tell me I can, and then just like not the pressure or anything, like I don't want nobody worrying about me. When I do, it's like not assumed that I'm going to feel a certain way if I don't speak up, and I'm just like, okay, you can think that.
Okay, I have my answer. I would definitely probably say the same thing. Like, some things I want to say it, but then like not scared to, as in like abusive way, but it's scared to, as in like emotionally way. Like, try to like not defend yourself, but like almost like that, if that makes sense. Okay. Like, you don't want to almost like accept it. No shade.
No, I receive it. What is one thing you wish I understood better about you, Naraya?
Probably just, I don't know, asking me and not assuming,
One thing that I wish you understood about me more is probably when I want to do something, or like just I'm passionate about something, that not more involved, because you are pretty involved in everything I want to do, but more helpful about me being involved in general. Yeah.
Is there a way you wish I listened differently?
More understanding, I guess.
Is there a way you wished I listened differently to you, Naraya?
I kind of already expressed it, just communication. That's it.
And what do you mean by like communication? What do you mean in that sense?
Like I said, sometimes when you do try to make me feel heard, I feel like every time I talk to someone, even if it's not even you, like anyone at all, they always take out the negative of what I said and not look at what I'm trying to say. Like, I'm taking full responsibility, and then I express how I feel, and then I'm kind of told that I'm not told, but it's kind of got like subsided from like based off of what I hear that I'm victimizing myself.
Zion, when you are upset, what do you need most from me?
Just like if I'm upset, just ask me how I would like how my day was. Don't like really ask about the whole like, oh, are you mad about the situation? Like, don't really talk about the situation. All I need you to do is like just check up on me, I would say, or like if I'm upset from you and if you were actually in the wrong, I would like want you to like almost like apologize. But if you see that I was in the wrong and you can clearly see that I was in the wrong, you don't have to apologize. Just check up on me.
Naraya, when you are upset, like I told Zion, either with me or a situation, personally, what do you need from me most in that moment?
I feel like rather more comfort than like being like dictated and like I don't know, just immediately like in the wrong.
Okay. What is something you wish we did more often together, Zion?
Go shopping. I mean, I want to go on shopping sprees. Like, I would say just go out and talk, I guess you could say. Like, I guess you could say more girl days, all three of us together.
Naraya, what is something you wish we did more often together?
Probably just I don't know, just chill. I mean, I'm not nothing like too big or anything, you know?
Okay. Just chill together?
Yeah.
Zion and Naraya, thank you for telling me that. It was hard for me to sit quietly and not respond, but I really did want to hear you because I am taking in everything you're saying, and not just for this episode or for content, but really to be a better mom, to figure out how I can grow and meet you guys where you're at. So let's get into the next part. This can be funny, touching, or both, but what do you think I worry about most?
I would say, like, I would say our health, mentally, physically, like, just, and I feel like what you worry about the most is if you hurt our feelings, how you did that day as a mom, you know? I don't want you to go to bed like worrying, oh, did I do something wrong? Or like, did I do something bad that hurt my kid that day? Or like, I would easily probably get over it. I probably wouldn't remember it 5 years from then. Or I'm just saying. And like, I just don't want you to worry about like a lot of things. But also another thing would be dating, and especially dad. Oh my gosh. Don't be worried, mom, okay? I'm not that type of kid.
All right, Naraya, what do you think I'll worry about the most?
Almost everything really. Like not saying like not in a negative way at all either. I'm just saying like likewise I feel like you are pretty much like worried about us in general as a person.
That's interesting. I didn't realize both of you guys noticed that. I didn't think you guys even took into account that as your mom, I do worry. And it's funny that sometimes when we don't realize our kids are paying more attention than we actually realize. But as your mother, I do worry. I'm just being honest. I do worry. I worry about protecting you without controlling you. I worry about guiding you without making you feel like I don't trust you. I worry about preparing you for the world while still allowing you to enjoy being young. And sometimes I worry because I love you so deeply that I wish I could protect you from every painful lesson. But I'm learning that part of motherhood is knowing when to hold on, when to guide, and when to loosen my grip. So it's all a process, and you guys are right. I do worry, but I'm working on that because I do at times have to stop and not worry because I know that God, at the end of the day, God is going to always protect you guys, because I truly believe that you have callings on your life, and in that there is safety in God, and all I have to do is just continue to trust God that He's going to do it. So you shared what it's like being my daughter. So now it's my turn to tell you what it's like being your mom. I want to share what I admire about each of you, what makes you unique, what you taught me, what I see growing in you, what makes me proud, and one quality I hope you never lose. Okay, so I'm going to start with you, Naraya, since you are the oldest. Noraya, one thing I admire about you is that when you set your mind on something, you are determined to see it through. Even when things get hard, you don't give up. You may pause, rethink, or find another way, but you keep going. What makes you unique is that you don't simply follow the crowd. You are willing to embrace being different. I know you can be very hard on yourself at times, but I truly believe that there will come a day when so many things will make sense, including why God made you one of a kind. I love that you are fully you. You have taught me how to think outside the box. You've shown me what I see in front of me may not be the whole picture. And sometimes when I look beyond what is obvious, I can see an entirely different world of possibilities. And that gives me hope. It gives me a lot of hope. I remember your dad telling me about a conversation you two had. You told him that the Bible is still being written and that we are a part of it. Noraya, that was deep. It showed me how your mind works, how you think beyond the surface, and how you connect faith to real life. What I see growing in you is a young woman full of questions, curiosity, vision, and I see someone who will one day spread her wings and make a difference in the world, one connection at a time. You are growing into a leader. People naturally gravitate towards you, and you have a way of seeing things in people that they may not yet see in themselves. So whether the future you becomes the head of human resources, a creative leader, or something we cannot even imagine yet, I believe you will help people recognize their value. And one day, I hope you look in the mirror and see what the rest of us have all been seeing all along. What makes me proud, even if you don't fully realize it, is that God trusted me to raise a young lady who can already hold conversations that make adults think deeper, questions themselves, and consider how they can become better. The quality I hope you never lose is your creativity. I love your creativity. It brings so much joy to me. Your writing, your drawing, your ability to create content, your love for anime, even though it's not something everyone in our family naturally connects with. And most of all, your love for God. Keep creating, keep questioning, keep being different. The world does not need a copy of someone else. It needs the Noraya God created. And for you, my Zion, one thing I admire about you is the way you look out for people. Wherever you go, you're willing to help, and you do it without expecting anything in return. That kind of heart is rare. What makes you unique is that you are also completely comfortable being yourself. You have your own style, your own personality, your own way of doing things. I mean, who can rock a natural fro the way you can? I know I can. It would look like I put my finger in a socket and boom, look like I got electrocuted.
Thank you.
But Zion can rock a natural fro and it looks so good on her. You have taught me not to be so afraid. You remind me that sometimes you have to take the leap, try the thing, and trust the growth will meet you somewhere along the way. Before the school year ended, you came to your dad and me and said you were going to apply for rally commissioner. By the way, my 12th grade year of high school, I was rally commissioner. So when she told me this, it was like full circle. And I was like, look at my baby. I just love it. Like doing something that I could see me and her, and I love it because it's like, it's beautiful to see yourself unfold in your children. And at your age, I probably wouldn't have been anything like that because I was very quiet to myself. You wouldn't even know I was in the room. So, but you did. You had the courage to say, I'm going for it. And not just because you wanted a title, but because you believe you could bring people closer together and help everyone have a good time while doing it. What I see growing in you is a young woman who is not afraid to try new things, meet new people, build new systems, and take on challenges that many adults avoid. I also see your love for cooking growing. Your food, like I mentioned earlier, is so delicious and full of flavor. I can absolutely see you opening your own restaurant one day. You are growing into the best version of yourself. Both of you are. What makes me proud, even if you don't realize it, is that God blessed me with a daughter who is not ashamed of who she is. You stand confidently. You do not back down easily. You face challenges head on. The quality I hope you never lose in your drive is to try new things. That courage will take you into rooms and opportunities you cannot imagine yet. One day, you may look up and realize that not only did you become a renowned chef or own an incredible restaurant, but you also helped guide someone else toward their own dream. Keep trying, keep creating, keep walking into the unfamiliar. Your willingness to begin will open doors that fear would have kept closed. Now I want to go back to the both of you. What I love most is that neither one of you is becoming the same kind of woman. Noriah, you challenge people to think deeper. Zion, you challenge people to be braver. One of you often sees possibilities the other people miss. The other is often willing to take the first step before anyone else does. And as your mom, I am learning that my job is not to shape you into the same person. My job is to notice who each of you already is, guide you, protect what is special in you, and help you to grow into the woman God created you to become. I am proud of both of you, not only because of what you accomplished, but because of the character I see developing in you. And I hope you always remember this. You guys hear me? Pay attention and listen loud and clear. You do not have to become anyone else to be worthy, loved, or powerful. Your growth will look different. Your journeys will look different. But I will be here growing right alongside you. And I am still learning how to love each of you in the way you need, not simply in the way that comes most naturally to me. All right, neighbors, let's dream a little bit.
Thank you, Mom.
You're welcome. I'm not asking you to have your whole life figured out. I just want you to hear what you imagine right now. Zion, starting with you. When you are 25, what do you hope your life looks like?
I hope that at least halfway there to owning my own restaurant. I hope that I have somebody with me. That somebody that actually loves me and just not using me for my success in life or anything. Somebody that's Christian and everything. And I hope that I have some degrees and I have I think it's called majors or something like that. Anything that can help me with plan A and plan B. I think it's called a business degree. I hope I have that because I think that's going to be my plan B. I put it all in God's hands, and I know that He will soonly get me my own restaurant, the one that I've imagining since I was 7. And yeah.
Thanks for sharing. Noriah, when you are 25, what do you hope your life looks like?
I hope I'm financially stable, and I hope that by that time that I'm able to either be finishing college or working on a second degree or third. Who knows? We can get it early. And kind of not focusing on myself directly, but kind of just making sure I have everything that's good before I even open new doors to things and make sure I have everything down so that when times come and certain things fly by and opportunities, I'm able to be prepared for it.
Okay. Back to Noriah. What kind of person do you hope you are?
I'm able to forgive people easier. And I already do because I don't really have a problem with forgiving, but also that I'm really more open to new things and changes.
Zion, what kind of person do you hope you are?
For me, I hope that the kind of person I am when I grow up is that I'm very loving, that I still almost like the person I am. That when I come back to work or something, I'm not tired. I have at least a little bit some energy left in me. Almost like the same person. The person that's welcoming, person that's loving and caring.
Noriah, what do you hope you still love about yourself?
I guess my personality and stuff, comfortable with who I am, and even though I'm different, and kind of just accept that being different is okay.
Okay. What hope do you still love about yourself?
What I hope I still love about myself is just the person that I am right now. Like, that I just will still love the person I am. That I won't change. Like, I will love that I'm not the type of person that won't change. Like, the type of person I can walk in the room with confidence, you know?
Okay. Thank you for answering that. Now, Naraya, what kind of people do you hope surround you?
I guess just people with positive vibes, not immediately judging me based off of how um how I take things or even what I struggle with, or just I guess people that don't make fun of me or anything because of how I just being honest how I'm different from other people.
What kind of people do you hope surround you?
The people that are positive, the people that don't hate on me and know how, like, when to joke around, when to, like, you know, just be positive. They're loyal and loving, and they're actually, that I can trust them, and that they don't lie about anything I ask them about.
Naraya, what do you hope our relationship looks like? You and I.
I hope that we'll grow closer, and even if, no matter how far or how close I am, that we're still able to connect and be able to, even simple things, just going out to go walk or something, or just even coming over to whoever's house, or even if you're living with me or not, or something like that, and just, having conversations and just spending time.
You would let me live with you?
I mean, it's always been a thought. Like I said, my parents will live with me if I get like a really nice house.
Okay.
I ain't gonna pay no bills.
Zion, what do you hope our relationship looks like?
That we're like really close. Like, you and your mom. Like, I hope that we would be very, very close. Like, we would go out to go eat together, to go get some coffee, like something like that. Like, that you would, like Nora said, if you wanted to, you and Dad live with me, but not gonna lie, y'all probably have to live in a separate house, but like next to me or something. I don't know, but
yeah, thank you for honesty. Naraya, what is one thing you hope your future self thanks you for?
Meeting up to all the goals I have, especially with college. So,
okay. Zion, what is one thing you hope your future self thanks you for?
I hope that I thank myself for just that as a kid right now, from like where I'm at, that I don't let other people like really judge me like that. I wrote a letter when I was in school. I wrote to my future self. It's a little cringe, but I wrote to my future self about, like, just I hope that I made those goals and stuff. And I feel like when I get older, when I need it and I'll read it, that I'll really thank myself for writing it. And just the kind of person I am right now, I think I'll thank myself for that. And the goals I have.
Thank you, girls. Naraya, what do you think makes our family our family?
Our connection and how we're easily like just able to slide into a joke or something. Or just, I don't know, just the flow of stuff.
Okay. Zion, what do you think makes our family our family?
The love, and like Naraya said, the connection, and just like our family, that we always act like family. Like, no matter what, we'll always be family.
Love that. For me, what makes us a family isn't that we always agree or get everything right. It's that we keep returning to one another. We apologize, we forgive, we laugh, we learn, we choose each other again, and we keep growing together. Before we close, I want each of us to answer the 3 questions I ask at the end of every episode. And neighbor, I hope you'll quietly answer them for yourself too. So first question I'm going to ask is, Naraya, what are you learning?
Learning emotionally to better myself. Physically, just to keep pushing with certain things. And, always have a good mindset.
Okay, Zion, what are you learning?
Choose the people very wisely, Because even if they seem nice, they could be really rude. And even if they seem rude, they could be really nice. So I'm also learning how to be more like, give myself confidence, I guess you would say. How to just make sure that I'm still like uplifted every day, I guess, kind of.
I'm going to share what I am learning. I'm learning, even in this moment with talking to the both of you, that I'm still growing. And I love that I'm still growing because, as I spoke before in the introduction episode, about how if I have arrived in, I'm not able to grow, to learn, to make changes, to be better than what I was yesterday. So I love the fact that I'm able to be intentional with just being different and being okay with that, and knowing that sometimes we don't always have the answer for everything, and that in life it is a process. It is always a place to learn and to understand and to grow from. So the second question is, what are you letting go of, Naraya?
I feel like I'm trying to let go of having like the mindset that everything just goes wrong. Having, like I said, like a positive mindset is like always something I'm open to, and I feel like I'm more open to just keep growing and stuff.
Okay, Zion, what are you letting go of?
I'm trying to let go of letting things go. I'm trying to let go of things, things I don't need in my life, people I don't need in my life, and just things in general.
What I'm learning to let go of is fears. I'm learning not to walk in fear and to be confident in knowing who I am, that regardless of the circumstances and situations in my life, that I'm growing and I'm learning as I'm growing. And that at times when it can get tough, or it gets to a place where I am not knowing what's going to happen or what's going to take place, I just have to trust and believe in the process. That I have to know that God has equipped me for every season, every journey, every path. Like He's prepared me for it. And He's put things in me that I don't have to be fearful anymore. I don't have to keep doing things in a way that would be harming to myself. That I have the power to change that narrative, to change that situation. At the end of the day, it is my choice and how I choose to live, and no one else's. Naraya, last question. Who are you becoming?
I feel like every day is like another step. I feel like it's who I'm becoming, I guess, someone that can just carry themselves like to the best of their ability, really.
I'm trying not to let things around me affect me. There is a lot that I need to work on still, but it's not really on the top of my mind right now.
Who am I becoming? I'm becoming someone who is strong, who is brave, someone who's not fearful, someone who walks in their God-given authority, someone who is growing and developing into someone that's seasoned and has an understanding of life, not fully, but just where I am now and where God is leading me. I'm becoming a person that I wasn't yesterday. I'm becoming someone that is not doing the same things I did when I was a little kid. And I'm really growing up. And it's a beautiful process. It's just like a butterfly goes through its process. I feel like I am going through that same process. And I believe once I come out of the cocoon and I'm able to fly, the sky is not the limit. It's beyond that. That is so much more. And I'm grateful for who I'm becoming. Ladies, thank you for answering those questions. I appreciate you guys for coming in and being intentional, present, and just ready to just answer those questions and allow our neighbors to get to know a side of me that they are going to get to know. I know this is early on in the episodes, but I felt like, why not? Like, I think this is the best way to kind of come into like talking about our guests and things like that about growing. And I feel that you guys were the best choice for me to feel like this was going to be an episode that I know everyone will appreciate. Neighbor, before we go, I want to leave you with one step. This week, have one conversation with your child, parent, sibling, or someone you love where your only goal is to listen. Ask them, what is something you wish I understood about you? And when they answer, resist the urge to correct, explain, or defend. Just listen. Then say, thank you for helping me understand you better. Sometimes growth begins when someone finally feels heard. I tell my daughters often that I love them, but today I want them to know something more. I hope you both know how deeply you have shaped me. I became your mother the day each of you were born. But I did not instantly become the mother I am today. I have grown through every sleepless night, every milestone, every mistake, every laugh, every disagreement, every prayer, and every new season. As you've been growing into yourselves, I've been growing into motherhood. You have taught me patience. You have taught me flexibility. You have taught me that love cannot always look the same for every child. You have shown me places where I still need to heal. You have challenged me to listen more carefully, apologize more freely, and love more intentionally. I became your mother when you were born, but every day since then, you helped me become a better woman. I love you both more than I could ever fully explain. And no matter how much you grow, there will always be a place for you besides me. Neighbor, thank you for growing with us today. I hope this conversation reminds you that growing up is not something children do alone. Families grow, relationships grow, parents grow, and sometimes the greatest growth begins when we stop trying to be understood long enough to understand someone else. Keep listening, keep learning, keep extending grace to yourself and the people you love. And remember, some of life's most meaningful transformation happens in the growth in between. Until next time, take good care of yourself and take good care of your neighbor.